What if the most important work of your life happens when no one is watching? We live in a world that rewards visibility, screens, signals, applause, proof that someone noticed. But confidence does not grow there. It grows in silence, in rooms without witnesses, in effort that earns no reaction. Most people mistake attention for strength. They confuse being seen with being solid. But real confidence is not loud. It does not announce itself. It does not wait for permission. It forms when no one is clapping, when progress goes unrecorded, when discipline continues without reward. If no one ever saw your effort, would you still show up? That question separates image from identity. Every city sleeps. Someone stays awake. In old stories, not all protectors carried weapons. Some carried time. They were the night watchers, figures who walked the outer walls while the city slept. No crowds, no songs, no medals. Most nights nothing happened. No enemies, no alarms, no danger. And that was the test. Because vigilance without drama is harder than heroism. Standing ready when boredom whispers, "This doesn't matter." But the watchers understood something deeper. Their success looked like nothing. If they failed, disaster would be visible. If they succeeded, the world would forget them entirely. When nothing happens, mastery is already at work. Hour after hour, they walked the same stones, same route, same silence, same duty. Confidence did not come from recognition. It came from repetition, from knowing they would not abandon the post just because no one was watching. When morning came, they disappeared into ordinary life. The city woke up safe, unaware. And that was the proof. History runs on people it never names. Civilizations are not held together by speeches alone. They survive because someone maintains the structure. Monks copying texts for years, knowing their names would vanish. Engineers reinforcing foundations no one ever praised. Watchkeepers tracking stars so others could travel safely. Their work happened slowly, quietly, correctly. They were not driven by applause. They were driven by standards. Societies collapse when invisible work is abandoned. A bridge does not fail the day it collapses. It fails the day maintenance stops. True confidence for these builders was internal. They trusted their craft more than public opinion. They did not need validation, only accuracy. They knew something modern minds often forget. Attention is temporary. Structure is not. The manuscript preserved knowledge long after the monk was forgotten. The bridge carried generations who never asked who built it. The map guided travelers who never knew the name of the one who drew it. Their reward was continuity. Their confidence came from knowing, this will hold. And centuries later, we still live inside their silence. The future will not be loud. It will be stable. Advanced civilizations will not depend on charisma. They will depend on systems. Energy grids that balance themselves. Defense protocols that prevent disasters before alarms sound. Artificial intelligence correcting errors humans never notice. The strongest force in the future will be invisible. Because the better a system works, the less attention it demands. The highest mastery leaves no evidence. A city that never loses power does not celebrate its engineers. A world that never collapses forgets the guardians watching it. And the architects of these systems will work in silence, refining processes, eliminating failure, improving stability, not for praise, but because the system must hold. Their confidence will not be emotional, it will be structural. They will trust what they built, even when no one notices it working. And that will be the new definition of strength, to support everything without needing to be seen. Remove the audience. What remains? Addiction to recognition, the hunger for recognition, is not weakness. It is unfinished confidence. You don't need less ambition. You need deeper roots. Real confidence does not ask for confirmation. It does not collapse without attention. It continues. It is built when you train without posting, when you improve without announcing, when you choose consistency over dopamine. If your motivation disappears without applause, it was never strength. Ask yourself honestly, would I still do this if no one ever knew? That answer tells you everything. Confidence is not believing others approve of you. It is trusting yourself enough to continue anyway. When discipline outlasts excitement, when effort survives invisibility, when progress no longer needs proof, something stabilizes inside you. You stop performing. You start becoming. And that is when confidence stops being fragile. It no longer depends on reactions. It no longer negotiates. It stands. One day the world will feel your strength without knowing why. The strongest people do not chase attention. They generate gravity. They trained when it was boring. They showed up when it didn't matter. They stayed when no one looked. And when the moment finally arrives, they don't rise suddenly. They were already standing. No announcement, no performance, just presence. Because what you build in silence does not need permission to exist. Remember this, confidence is built when no one is watching.